Hello and welcome to the Out Loud podcast. My name is John.
And I'm Brian.
And this is the podcast where, we like to show some skin every now and then. Brian, that's your cue. Get undressed.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All right, let's roll that intro music.
Open up your mind. Tell me where you want to be. Tell me what you need from me.
So Brian, I'm going to kick this off by asking you, what is the largest organ of the body? The human body.
You really want me to answer that on camera?
Mind you, we need to keep this PG.
It's PG. PG-13?
It's the skin.
Oh.
It's the skin.
The skin. The skin?
All the skin,
I
not
know.
just
No,
whatever you're thinking of.
No, it wasn't.
Today's episode is going to be about skin.
Cool.
Because skin is cool. We love skin because, it covers your whole body and
Right.
stuff.
And we're sitting here outside
Yeah.
in my backyard, and it's just about to start to rain, just so.
It's really great to be like a podcaster and like YouTube stuff, and you kind of like put all this thought into something, and you want to film outside, but you can't control the weather.
Right.
It's always
Like
always
in
a gamble.
Philadelphia, if you guys saw
Oh,
that
my gosh.
a couple weeks ago.
It's like anytime we get together, which is anytime you see us together on film,
Right.
it seems like it always rains. So
But when we were in
why?
Florida, no.
Florida
When we
was
were in Florida
beautiful. Beautiful.
Like beautiful every day.
Speaking of Florida and sun and
Oh,
all
there you
that
go. Good
stuff,
segue.
Good
Zoop.
segue.
There you go.
We're gonna talk about skin today and skin safety, some cool stuff about like Dr. Pimple Popper and all this cool
Oh my
stuff.
God, I love
yes,
her.
yes.
I love
so lots of pus-filled fun to come. Okay. So to get things started with skin, I wanted to talk about some basic stuff. So it is the largest organ of the body. I know, which is kind of weird.
Right, you
like,
never
to
think of it as an organ.
It's not really like, yeah.
I'm thinking like stuff on the way inside.
Yeah,
is
the largest like internal organ is your liver, but like on the outside, so you have about 20 square feet of skin.
Wow.
So what's that guy, Clarice and the Silence of the Lambs?
Silence
Didn't he
of the
like do
Lambs.
stuff like that? He like,
Little Chianti.
if you haven't seen Clarice though, it's a really good series. They're just coming out with season 2. I'm very excited to see it. And Brian's a little jealous because I didn't include him on watching it. So
No, he didn't.
skin makes up about 10 to 15 pounds of your body weight.
Wow.
10 to 15 pounds. Oh, and I should have looked this up, but I don't have this stat. I know that there's like a certain amount of skin you shed per year. Like, we all have dead skin. Like
Well, yeah, because it's constantly rejuvenating, right?
Constantly. So you have like
Regenerating.
all your dead skin and everything everywhere. So.
Oh, someone's cooking bacon. Oh. Don't you smell it?
Yeah, it smells so good. But being such a large organ and all these things, you've never really heard of skin failure, right? You've heard of heart
No.
failure, liver failure,
Right,
kidney
right.
but skin really doesn't fail. It's pretty resilient and awesome thing. Keeps us waterproof. It's pretty great.
But there are diseases of the skin, though, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, you can have rashes and burns and bruising and all sorts of fun stuff that happens with skin.
Well, it's
It
like
can never really
Well, it's
fail.
like gangrene,
Gangrene. That's an infection.
but
It's an
of the
infectious
skin.
process of the skin, yeah.
And then the skin
And then it fails, yeah. And actually, when we see dead skin, we call it necrotic. I'm sure
Oh.
necrotic skin.
I'm neurotic, not necrotic, though.
And then, of course, there's a lot of things that people like to put on their skin. And I've seen a lot of like,
Well, it's a bazillion dollar industry. Just when I used to work for TJX and we redid the beauty departments
Yeah.
in both Marshall's, TJ Maxx, but now you look at like CVS and the Walmarts and the Walgreens, their beauty departments are huge. It's a huge billion dollar business.
it's something that I always walk past. Like I don't know much
You're
about.
just naturally beautiful.
Thank you so much. But I have seen a lot of attention on male makeup lately, and really
Yeah.
just male skincare. There's been
Well,
such a huge push.
Well, I
for,
just think it's like, it's always been, well, females, because the females have to look good for the males. I'm like, well, that's bullshit.
I know. Well,
Like,
now
everyone should look good for everyone.
I mean, try.
At least try.
At least try. Deodorant is necessary. Actually, it's impertinent. You have to do
kinda
deodorant.
nice.
Everything else is like just try.
Right.
So in terms of male makeup, because I just wanted to look at it, I think it's fascinating because we see more expression of ourselves and openness, which is great. So
There's a lot of guys and gals on YouTube, right?
yeah, so you have like Jeffree Star, James Charles, and then even like Lil Nas X that, Lil Nas,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
be coming out like with tons of awesome music and like stage performances and things.
Him and I are tight.
You real tight?
We are.
You put the X in Lil Nas X?
I did. Who else?
Put the X.
Meet them in Vegas.
But
next
yeah,
week.
they're all serving up looks.
Yeah,
like that.
Like I said, and it's like if you like either Google, YouTube makeup tutorials,
Oh, yeah. No,
it's
huge,
like
huge.
and it's huge. Like I said, it's just a huge business.
Yeah, and really, literally any drag race star,
Oh my
RuPaul's
God,
drag star,
that's artistry.
that is artistry.
To see how they do their makeup and everything.
Do you remember the Kimchi?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
her makeup was just so artistic.
She's
so
on.
artistic.
On point.
It was just. So I did drag once, you guys. I wore makeup once for drag. Actually, it was twice technically.
Yeah, you
But
want
the second time really wasn't like full drag. The first time was like I kept a beard though. So, but I put glitter beard and then, makeup and all this thing. And it was actually fun to like get dolled up in a way to.
And I'll tell you, it really wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty. These legs cannot be hidden.
No. And that's a good thing.
But Bri, would you wear makeup at all?
I probably would.
Anything?
I would.
Little
I
guy
don't know.
liner?
Yeah, I
eyeliner?
don't know. But like I'd use like if I had something
spot.
going on and had like, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can keep getting zits,
Yeah.
it's like wrinkles or zits. Make up your mind. Like it shouldn't be both. Like God should say, okay, he's had zits long enough. Just give him the wrinkles.
It's just cruel.
It is.
It's cruel. So what do you do for skincare then? Anything?
I do
you too
moisturizer, just a basic, no frills, not $47,000 an
Yeah.
ounce of hippopotamus sperm or something,
But
So-
that hippo sperm, it
So I
hits
do
different.
I do that just for body, and then I just have a face moisturizer that's like solely for face, and L'Oreal for men. I like it, love the smell, and it's just like I just want to keep it hydrated, and there's usually an SPF in it, so that way I don't have it.
And he's glowing,
Look.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, that's why I look so good at this. I always say, well, this is what I'm going to look like when sorry people on the podcast, I'm stretching my face. Like when I have my first
Not gonna look
facelift.
at that. I kind of do the same thing. I do like a face moisturizer.
I know,
I have an exfoliant
you're actually
thing.
peeling
I
from,
am. Well, I got a little too much sun because I forgot.
I didn't
my
put any
SPF.
sunscreen
Which
on.
we're going to talk about sunscreen later, but
Yeah.
I do a little face moisturizer. I do a little exfoliant because I tend to get acne on like my cheek area, especially with wearing masks, which has not been good for
Yeah.
my pimple forming things. Head and Shoulders shampoo because I definitely get dandruff, and anyone else suffering with dandruff, Head and Shoulders works for me. Salsam Blue is another pretty good option for it too. And then Oil of Olay bar soap because
I know, you do
I need
like your soap.
Oil of Olay. And it's just like, so here's my thing. I need to stick with the same brand. Like I get the same stuff every time. It might be like a different like scent or whatever.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
even
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't even really do scents. But Brian goes to like TJ's or Marshall or something and he's like, oh, this bottle looks cool. I'm gonna get that one. I can't do that. Like I would like break
What,
out into
for-
hives, I feel like.
What, for my shampoo?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, well, for the soap, I'm just like, like if I go to Disney, I'll take all the soaps back with me, and
Oh, well, that's true. You
that'll
have to
last
do that.
me. And
I trust-
But like, no,
yeah.
since you and I've been together, it's like usually I'd be like, well, I want a deodorant soap, not like, I want not so much Dial because I didn't like the smell of it, but like Irish Spring or something.
Dial.
But
I'm not dialing you. I'm hanging up.
could you be a little bit more disgusted? And so, but now, it's like now in the shower right now, I have Dove for men.
Dove.
Which makes absolutely
Love it.
no sense
do you mean?
whatsoever. It's
Soap is soap.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They put the for men
marketing.
on, they put for men on it to add another $1, and then a facial bar for from Disney. But I'll be total disclosure, like when I shampoo my head, that's what I wash my face with, the shampoo.
Well, there's
So-
that's it. Oh, there was a movie. I remember the quote. It was like, "What's your key to looking so young? It's age 70." And the guy goes, "I put shampoo on my face." Like,
That's it. There you go.
that's it. It helps with wrinkles and acne.
Right, and all the hair on my face is clean.
But I will say, There's no way that you're telling me there can be a 3-in-1 product or a 4-in-1 product. I see those
That's what I
all
mean.
the
Me too.
time.
But believe it or not, I look.
You can't do shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and face wash all in one. Like, that's no bueno.
Like for the gym, like I'll buy that, the face wash, body wash, shampoo, because it's basically like it's shampoo. It's just well, you are like so Mr. Sensitive Skin that, like seriously, I could use like borax, and you have no idea what borax is. Like
Borax, yeah. It's like a, yeah.
Like I could use that on my skin. It wouldn't matter.
Well, he shaves like without shaving cream.
But you know I don't. It's always wet. Like I'll put soap or something.
Don't do that.
Well, it's the same. Like ask like your grandfather. They didn't have shaving cream. Remember they used the mug with the brush.
Oh, I want to learn how to do the straight razor.
Oh
shaving.
gosh.
Yeah, give me that.
They
Give me
do that at the barber we go to.
Well, yeah, so we're talking about like hair, skin, nails, it's all like the same thing.
Jeez.
It's all part, right? Like it's all one sort of system, integumentary system. Okay. So it's all connected. And a lot of people think, what can I put on my skin? What can I put on my hair and nails and all this stuff? But it's also your diet too, like healthy fats and staying hydrated and all that cool stuff. And like you probably know, it's probably all good stuff. Like you need to do that.
Yeah.
And Brian rubs an avocado on his entire body every single night.
And then he takes the tortilla chips and scrapes it off. It's pretty gross, if you ask
Yum.
me. So.
He won't let me do garlic on him anymore, so it stunk too bad.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, what's like the craziest skin thing
I
that
do
you've
have
had?
a great crazy skin thing. It might gross some people up. All right, but we were talking about zits earlier.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, you know, I got this, you know, when you kind of get the zit that doesn't have a head on it, but it's so painful. It was on the tip of my nose. And of course, I'm not kidding. It was right around Christmas. So it was bright red.
So
And I
Rudolph.
just, right, exactly. So I just remember how painful it was. There wasn't a head on it, so it wouldn't pop. And I was like miserable. And I was on a shoot in Connecticut. And I remember in the hotel room, it was so cold that night. It was just so friggin' cold. I remember like shutting the bathroom door, taking this really hot shower, and
Drawing it out, kind of,
yeah, because
right?
I'm like, I'm hoping that like it would just do that. So I wipe the mirror after I get out of the shower, and I look, and I can see something in the center of it. I'm like, yes, there is a head to it.
Yep.
So I squeezed it, and I would say a half inch to 3/4 of an inch nose hair came out of the front of my nose. So that's what it was. It was an ingrown hair or whatever. So I pulled it out, and I remember showing the woman I work with, I'm like, look what came out of my nose. And she's like, well, yeah, it's a nose hair. I said, no, it came out of the top of my nose, out of a pore.
That's so strange.
And it would, but
so
I'll
you're
tell
telling
you,
me an interior nose hair grew out into the top of your, like here?
yeah, so like, I don't know if that was what was infected, but or somehow like it grew back
And it just
in.
like,
But I'll tell you, instant relief.
instant relief. Yeah,
Instant.
that's how it is, right?
The body was amazing. But I love that. I know it's probably creeping some people out.
No,
but
I think it's
but
cool.
I thought it was
well,
cool.
that's like,
Like,
we'll talk about
really?
Dr. Pimple Popper later. It's
Oh,
like you
yeah.
either love it or you can't watch it. It's just too much. I think my craziest thing was, and it's not crazy, I wish I had something awesome to report, but I don't. I had like ringworm once from like the...
and explain people, because like I actually think it's a worm.
It's not a
that's
worm.
in your body.
No, it's not a worm. It's a fungal infection. It's called tinea. It is a fungus.
Isn't that
and then-
jock itch?
So wherever you get it, it is then named. So
Oh.
tinea, jock itch is tinea cruris, C-R-U-R-I-S. If you get it on the body, it's tinea corporis.
Corp.
If you
Yep.
get it on the head, tinea capitis.
Oh yeah.
If you get it on the feet, tinea pedis.
Oh.
Feet.
What
So
do you-
tinea,
what
it's
happens
just
if
fungal.
you get it on your?
The reason that they call it on that organ. And the reason that they call it ringworm really is because it kind of looks like a circular. It looks sort of like a worm, but it's not. It's not.
So that's your.
That
big
was my
story?
craziest. I got it from like the wrestling mats in high school and like acne.
I
every
bet
now
you
and-
did.
Yeah.
Always on your back.
Oh gosh. But the craziest thing that I've seen clinically like in
Oh, okay.
medicine,
Yeah.
is a thing called Steven Johnson syndrome.
Oh, I
Have
love
you ever heard of
Steven
it?
Johnson.
Steven Johnson?
Doesn't he play for the Bucks?
Great guy.
Yeah.
No, this is a terrible, terrible disease.
All right, what is
Steven Johnson syndrome. It's kind of like your skin like falling off of itself.
But that's
It separates.
failing.
It separates. But okay, it's caused by a lot of like different things. It can be idiopathic, so we don't really know why, or it can be caused from drugs or other like underlying diseases.
But
And
like, what happens when it falls off? Is
it literally like
exposing
sloughs off. Yeah, so like you're basically like your skin has layers, and there's a
Right.
layer that separates from another layer, and like it just sloughs off.
But then,
And you can
at
have
what point?
you can have it in your mucosal membrane. So you're thinking like
Well, tell
mouth,
people that mouth.
mouth, nose, vagina, anus, like mucosal surfaces. Yeah,
then
it
how
can
do
be
you-
very difficult.
how do you-
So yeah, Steven Johnson
there a
syndrome.
cure?
And if it gets worse, if it involves more than like 30% of your body surface area, it's called now this is just sounds scary. Toxic epidermal necrolysis syndrome.
Toxic is bad.
Yeah.
Necro
epidermal
means
and
dead,
skin.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause
So you're
necrophilia?
literally sloughing off skin. It's absolutely terrible. And there's not really much we can do other than manage pain and things. So yes, that is a crazy one. So now I wanted to play a little game with Brian. I have four
Yay.
things, four skincare products that I
Love
want to
games.
ask him if they're real or if they're not real.
Okay.
So what do you think
Okay.
of an exfoliant foot peel? Real or not real?
Real.
Totally, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
you need one. That was just subtle.
Yeah.
Okay, what about
subtle?
what about a boob mask? What about a boob mask?
And they are. I say yes, because like you're saying boob
Dude,
instead
it's
of
totally a thing, and I love the name. Whoever made it.
That's what I mean,
it's
I love
called-
the name.
It's called Calm Your Tits. It's so great. It's by Anise, Anese. Oh my gosh! And
That's
I saw
hilarious.
this. Oh gosh, I wish I had boobs to use it for. The next one is lip pumper.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely real.
Like a device. So
Oh.
like a device to like pump your lips with, not like a serum or anything.
I still say yes. Like,
Yeah.
but like everyone wants the Angelina Jolie.
It's real. Well, we remember that thing like put your lips in a bottle challenge where people were like sucking their lips, and then if you suck on it for like I don't know how long it is, and then you pull your lips off, and then they look like
They
a
bruise.
Kardashian lips
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's a real thing, and
Okay.
no thank you. And the last one is Scrotum Serum. And its tagline is reduce scrotal wrinkles.
It's tough just because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if guys care that much about their balls, like, because they're naturally wrinkled.
They're naturally wrinkly, but real or fake?
I'm gonna say fake.
You got it.
Yes!
Of course. Yeah, good job. Good job. Scrotal.
But I was just like, it wouldn't surprise me.
I was
that
just
it's
having
gonna
fun
come
with
out.
alliteration. It's scrotal serum.
I'm sure you did.
But a very real skincare product is sunscreen. And now that it is
Yes.
summertime, please, 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 I feel like I have to say it. Just wear sunscreen.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. Even though like sometimes I forget. I know we all forget sometimes, but try to do your best.
And then seriously, like you forget, and it's like,
And it's
I'm like, I was
miserable.
only out an hour and a half, and you're fried. I just went to the Museum of Science yesterday, and they said, and don't quote me because I have to remember, it's either 30% or 30 times more likely for us to get melanoma than back in the 30s, the 1930s.
Oh, okay.
They said, so I was like, I want
We're
to.
spending more time outside.
Yeah,
I
well,
guess,
no,
so
I
that's-
just think because the ozone layer is
and
going away,
ozone-
kind of.
Oh, okay.
So that's why too.
Wow.
So
Well, I have a big like pet peeve with sunscreen. You know how they have those like dry sunscreens and stuff? It's always oily. It's and
no, it says dry oil.
what I don't like come on. If anyone
about
knows like a sunscreen that isn't
That
super,
stuff
super
we
oily,
just bought. Remember, it's lightweight. They said lightweight.
it still
It's
didn't.
not oily.
Even like on my skin, I just like maybe I should just get like a specified face cream that has an SPF in it and just like use that.
Yeah, because I put cream on my face. I usually don't spray my face with that
Oh,
stuff.
and you know what else about the spray? Maybe this is just me being a queen, but it's so cold when you spray it on your skin.
Oh, every kid. Remember every kid
like,
you're playing, like you're spraying their back, and it's like you're crucifying them or something. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I know we tend to forget, but don't.
I'll tell you, I remember when I was a kid, like taking the double LP album. You know what actually
double LP?
vinyl?
Yeah, the vinyl.
Like
we're doing
lining
a-
it in aluminum foil, even
Yeah.
though we called it tin foil, and you'd sit in your driveway and just bake. Like think of just like some 50s movie country club
Yeah.
with like, Ginger from Gilligan's Island just sitting there and like baking. Like that's what I had. But of course I would use Bain du Soleil 4, the number
SPF
4,
4?
SPF 4 orange gel. Like make a comment if you guys remember Bain du Soleil, like the orange gel that you couldn't get enough of. And it was like really like kind of like oily.
It's like
type thing.
Crisco.
It was orange Crisco. But it was a 4 SPF, and I just remember laying in my driveway and getting baked.
I feel like, what did that look like when they were drafting that up? Bain du Soleil, okay, we need an SPF in this. 5? No, 5 is way too much.
But it's weird because
We gotta go 4.
most of them, like it's like to find 15 now is tough. Like you know what I mean?
It's always high now.
It's always like up to like 70 and I'm like I'm fine.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's from SPF 15 to SPF 30, you only gain about 1 to 2% of UV protection. It's not like a huge jump. And then anything above 30 is, again, like really not much. I think 30 is about 98, 99% protection against UV
I either
rays.
saw like 90. I definitely saw 70 because I usually put that on.
SPF?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
like
basically
you're spraying on
spackle.
clothing.
Spackle, basically. But no, like even some clothing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of clothing now has SPF.
That's true. That is true.
Ultraviolet ray protection. UVR.
UVB. There's
Ultraviolet
UVA
ray-
and UVB. Yeah.
UVB.
Okay.
So like a lot of the clothes that my company sells will make the thing that's like, stay out longer with, and the shirts are 30,
go.
which is pretty cool.
I've never gotten burned through a regular shirt though. So before we get into Dr. Pimple Popper, because I want to show you her best pop, and we're gonna react to it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to go just 3 real quick like homeopathic treatments for like random skin stuff. So I was gonna talk about aloe, and I specifically I gathered my information from the Natural Medicine Database, which is like peer reviewed, and they do all this good stuff. So anyway, sunburn aloe, yes, it actually it's really good. It's just as good as anything else for your superficial burns. So think your sunburns, like minor kitchen burns, stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Aloe is like legit. And actually growing up, we used to have an aloe plant at the window in our kitchen, at the sink there. And anytime anyone burns, whatever, we just pluck a leaf off and you just, open it and you wipe it on.
I remember I
great.
got a really bad sunburn like I was 14. This is like, I mean, obviously I remember it because it was really bad. Down the Cape. No, we didn't have any aloe. So I was staying with my aunt and uncle, and they gave me Vaseline. So I put like Vaseline all over it was
Oh my goodness.
I was like sticking to everything. I was
Oh my gosh, you know what?
falling off everything.
My
it was gross.
My grandma, I had a blister on my hand one time. It hurt so bad. I was young. I must have been, I don't know, like 7 or 8. And she's like, I have the thing for it, mijito. And she says, I have this, it's called Bengay. Here you go. And so I put it on an open blister. I can't tell you how much I screamed and cried from that. I'm like, what are you thinking, Grandma?
It's a right.
Come on, abuela.
It's menthol.
Like, it hurts so
squirrels
bad.
are,
I don't know
like,
why.
jumping.
Maybe she had like a moment and I don't know, but
Yeah,
it
but
was
if-
not fun, and
no.
I now know what Bengay is for. The next thing is eczema and coconut oil. Like, there is some studies that show it actually helps. It reduces symptom severity by about 30% more than other things that they showed in certain studies trying it for 8 weeks. So I know a lot of people suffer from eczema. It's also called atopic dermatitis. Essentially just dry skin.
Why are you looking at me? I don't have it.
You do have it mostly. I see yours mostly in the wintertime, and you get it a lot on your legs.
On my legs. My legs get really dry.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my calves are so huge, if you didn't see that YouTube
Go check
short.
out our YouTube short for his cows. And then the last one is plantar warts. Like warts, warts on the bottom of your feet. Duct tape.
Oh, wow.
Duct tape is awesome.
What do you mean? You put duct tape over it?
On top of the wart. So I've treated my roommate in college with this, and my mom, because neither of them wanted to go into the to their provider and see it. So what I did is I just kind of scraped away a little bit of the skin that's on top there of the wart. It's kind of calloused usually.
Right.
And scrape that away. You put a piece of duct tape over top. You kind of just think of suffocating the wart.
Right.
And that's what happens.
But you leave it on. You don't like rip it off
you leave it on. You leave it on and think of suffocation. This is going to take weeks. You have to stay on it, keep doing that. But yeah, it's worked for both people that I've used it for.
Yeah. Isn't that what they say if you got a tick, to put Vaseline on it because it will smother it and then it'll die?
Yes.
I've heard that.
Yeah. No, it's great and it works. Working in medicine, I love skin stuff. Obviously, I hope that kind of comes through.
I love when he tells me skin stories.
Anytime I see like a chief complaint on a incoming patient, something skin or rash, I'm like, yes, let's go.
Yes,
I'm very excited about it.
Yes. Like even when he shows me stuff, sometimes it's like really gross. I'm like fascinated.
So what we want to do is, because we love skin stuff and we love watching Dr. Pimple Popper, which is Dr. Sandra Lee.
She's awesome.
It's on TLC. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it. But Brian and I are gonna watch her best pop on YouTube, and we're gonna react to it and see what we think. Because I mean, we've seen a lot of her stuff.
Yeah, I love her. And what is the thing that I had removed?
She had Brian had a lipoma.
She.
We named the lipoma.
My pronouns are he and him.
He and him.
Yeah, so that was cool. And like I asked the doctor if I could see it afterwards. So
and touch it.
Yeah, she's like, of course. So she gives me, the rubber gloves, and I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be bigger.
So now I'm pulling up on YouTube. It's Dr. Lee removes a massive 55-year-old blackhead.
Oh.
And this blackhead is like right on this woman's
oh gosh,
ear here, and it looks huge. It looks uncomfortable.
It looks like she put like a black stud, like how some people pierce
like
the
a
ear
dermal
up
piercing,
top,
yeah.
or something.
My goodness, like the pore is wide open.
The
it's
pore
like the
looks
size
like
of her pupil.
Right.
Pore. Oh, I want to see. Oh, dilated port of Weiner. That's what it's called. So let's watch this extraction here. Oh, yes!
What is that?
Look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
It's like greenish.
Oh, I love it.
It's greenish yellow, like solid.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
But then aren't they going to have to stitch that up? Because that's a huge hole.
Yeah, of course. Oh my goodness. So what she actually did is then she incised all around it. She cut all around it, and she's going to make her own closure.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Like she cut that skin out, and now she has to like clamp it together.
She has like random like marathon TV series, and we could just like hang out on the couch and order Chinese and just like binge.
She's awesome though, and she's so sweet. I think she treats all these people with like such respect and not like freaked out like probably the viewing audience is.
She's awesome. She has her own skincare line. SLMD.
Isn't her husband a doctor too?
Her husband's a doctor.
Is he a derm too?
Yeah, I think so. I think they actually are in the same office. And then she's been on the show The Doctors. I think her net worth here, this doesn't seem right. $5 million.
No.
I feel like it's more than that.
She probably gets that for the show.
Just for the show.
I'd
love her job. That'd be really fun.
I'd actually be your assistant.
Yes.
I'd figure out how to
do
it.
Let's go. We're accepting patients now. So that's skin, you guys. We love.
Hope we gave you a little information that we didn't get under your skin.
We love skin.
Here all week. Proud of you.
Well, I guess that's all for this episode. So I want to say thank you to Nearly York for their intro and outro song. Take you there. Go check out their music on Spotify.
And of course, we love when we get emails because I probably look like every couple hours. I'm like, oh, no emails. Well, emails. But if you would like to email us with comments, questions, or concerns, we have outloudjb@gmail.com. And that is outloudjb@gmail.com. We love you listening and we love your comments, so keep them coming.
And please, if you're listening to this podcast, go over to Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating if you deserve that.
Wow.
Or 1 star if you think Brian's
annoying.
Not under your skin. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Come on. That was really loud. Sorry.
I know.
I just
we don't like that. What
ruined
is
your
it?
eardrums.
Are we like Fast Eddies or something?
Take care of your skin, and we hope to see you in the next one.